Hey guys, we continue our discussion on water pollution, and today I want to talk about another class of pollutants, what we call persistent organic pollutants. These are carbon-based pollutants, typically generated or synthesized by the petroleum industry and chemical engineers, where the hydrocarbons of our fossil fuels are broken and then reassembled to create new chemicals. These chemicals are often known as chlorinated hydrocarbons, and they're often referred to as forever chemicals because they are so incredibly persistent. They don't break down in our environment. And in part, that's why they're used. We talked about DDT as being a POP. DDT has a shelf life of up to 15 years. Furthermore, they're incredibly mobile, so they move around. They can mobilize through air currents and ocean currents, and they're not restricted to where they were made. In other words, using those chemicals in one location, you'll find that they not only hang around in the environment for a long time, but they can be found just about everywhere on planet Earth. So chemicals like PCBs, all of a sudden used in a densely populated area, like, for example, New York, all of a sudden can be traced now to the Arctic and become magnified and, of course, accumulated in food webs in the Arctic. They also, of course, have profound human health impacts, as we will soon see. The human health impacts of PCBs, for example, check off all the boxes. They are carcinogens, they are teratogens, they cause birth defects, they're a neurotoxin, and they're an endocrine disruptor, as we'll soon see. PCBs, or polychlorinated biphenyls, were banned in the United States in 1977, yet they are still detected in Arctic food webs, hundreds, if not thousands, of miles away from the point of use. PCBs were thought to be sort of this wonder chemical, relatively stable, non-flammable, and there's 200 different varieties. They were common ingredients in paints, fire retardants, and pesticides, and often used in electrical transformers. In fact, General Electric in the 1960s and 70s dumped a variety of these PCBs in the Hudson River, which are still found there to this very day. One major health effect of these PCBs and other chlorinated hydrocarbons like DDT is the fact that they are endocrine disruptors. You guys may recall that the endocrine system is a complex network of glands that release tiny amounts of hormones into the bloodstream. These hormones, of course, are chemical messengers that regulate the bodily systems that control sexual reproduction, growth, and development. Each hormone has sort of a unique shape that fits in a lock-key relationship with receptor sites on cells. This is how they deliver the messages. It turns out, though, that some of these chlorinated hydrocarbons resemble these shapes, and they themselves attach to cell receptors. We call these chemicals HAAs, or hormonally active agents. What they end up doing is they can mimic estrogen, a female sex hormone, or block androgen, a male sex hormone. And as a result, we call these gender benders. Males become more feminine. We call this feminization, with lower sperm counts, smaller penis size, and reduced reproductive viability. In fact, ever since our modern use of these petrochemicals, we have seen a gender imbalance. There are fewer males than there are females. That's it, guys. That's POPs. We'll see you soon.